Bruchim haboim, welcome everyone. We're about to begin Be'ezras Hashem together on Daf Ayin Amud Aleph at the very top. The Gemara is now going on the latter two cases of our Mishnah. The Mishnah says that when a person knows the essence of Shabbos, but doesn't know that today is Shabbos, he's chayiv a korban chatas for every single Shabbos that he transgresses. That's called Shigga Shabbos. The latter case of the Mishnah is talking about where a person knows the essence of Shabbos, he knows that today is Shabbos, he does not know that the things that he is doing are malachos that he's transgressing. That's called Shigas malachos, whereby he's chayiv for every single malacha and malacha a separate korban chatos. Ask the Gemara, Maishna Reisha u'Maishna Seifa. What is the difference between the latter two cases? In the case of Shigas Shabbos, where he's chayiv one korban chatos for every Shabbos that he transgresses, whereas in the latter case, what we call the Seifa, in Shigas malachas, he's chayiv for each and every malacha. Says Gemara, Amar of Safra, kan mi yediyas Shabbos hu paresh, vekan mi yediyas malacha hu paresh. When he is paresh, when you tell him that it's Shabbos, thereby he's chayiv for one korban chatos for that Shabbos. Whereas when you tell him that it is malacha that he's doing, he's parish from that, thereby he's chayiv for each and every malacha that he transgresses. Omar l'Rav Nachman, klum parish mishabes ela mishum malachos, v'klum parish mimalachos ela mishum Shabbos. A person only desists from Shabbos because he knows when he's told that it's Shabbos that he's doing malacha. And similarly, when a person is told that he's doing malacha, he only does this because he knows that it's Shabbos. So therefore, each one is dependent on the other. Elomar Rav Nachman, Karbin dechayiv rachmana amai. Why is a person chayiv a korban chatos? Ashkaga, for the shoygeg. So the shoygeg is what's making him responsible for korban chatos. Therefore, hasam chadesh gaga, hacha tuvesh gagos havyon. They're referring to what the Gemara called the ratio, which is the case where he doesn't know that it's Shabbos. It's only one shgaga. It's called Shiga Shabbos. So he's chayiv a korban chatas for that Shabbos. And for the subsequent Shabbos, each and every Shabbos, there'll be chayiv a separate korban chatas. Because Shiga Shabbos, he doesn't know he's erring in the Shabbos. Whereas when it comes to the malachos, it refers to that error in each and every malacha, whereby it's chayiv a separate korban chatos. The Gemara now quotes the Mishnah that says on that latter case, chayiv al kol malacha u'malacha. For each and every malacha that he does, he's going to be chayiv a separate korban chatos. Ask the Gemara, chiluk malachos minolon. From where do we know that when a person does several malachos, he's going to be chayiv a separate korban chatos for each and every malacha? Omar Shmuel, Omar Kro, mechalela mois yumas. The pasuk says that one who transgresses and he's mechalel, profanes the Shabbos, he shall surely die, which is in a double language. Most yumas. So when he transgresses the Shabbos by being mechal, profaning it, that's singularly, he's chayiv more than once. As follows. HaTorah ripsat misos harbe al chilo echad. The Torah makes many misos. It includes many punishments for one chilul. Hai b'mezid ksiv, asked the Gemara, but this pasuk they just quoted me, mechalel moisimas, is talking about somebody who's mechal Shabbos, profanes it b'mezid, deliberately. And we're referring to somebody who's chayiv a korban chatos, b'shoigeg. Gemara says, Im eino inyan lemezid, dichsiv kol ha'oise malacha yumas. Since we have a separate pasuk teaching me if a person does malacha deliberately on Shabbos, he shall die. Tneu inyan l'shoigeg. Then come to teach me, therefore, mechala mos yumas, that for a person who does b'shoigeg. Uma yumas, what does it mean that he's mos yumas? That he's yumas b'momon. He's going to then have to pay to then make a korban chatos. Ask the Gemara, why does Shmuel learn it from here, mechala mos yumas? V'tepuk le chiluk malachos mehecha denafka le Rabbi Nosson. Why doesn't Shmuel learn it out as Rabbi Nosson does, as follows? The Tanya, Rabbi Nosson Omer. It says in the pasuk, Lo sevaru eish b'chol moshvoseichem b'yom HaShabbos. You shall not ignite a flame in all of your dwellings on the day of Shabbos. Now, why does the Torah have to then specify that? We know that there are 39 avos malachos, and one of them is igniting a flame. So why does the Torah have to specify lo sevaru eish? The Gemara explains. Ma tamu loymar. Lefish nemar vayakel Moshe es kol hadas b'nei Yisrael eila hadvarim. In regards to the building of the Mishkan, it says that Moshe Rabbeinu gathered together all of Bnei Yisrael in regards to the building of the Mishkan. And it says right away afterwards, Sheishes yomim te'aseh malacha. For 6 days, malacha will be performed. Referring to then the Shabbos, Shmir Shabbos. Dvarim, hadvarim, eila hadvarim. The limud is on that first pasuk that we quoted, Vayakel Moshe es kol hadas b'nei Yisrael eila hadvarim. The Gemara makes the drasha. Dvarim is lashon rabim that refers to 2. Hadvarim is an additional one that refers to 3 now. Eile is gematria 36. So Eila Hadvarim means there are 39 avos malachos. Elu shloishim v'teisha malachos shenemru l'Moshe b'Sinai. These are the 39 malachos that one is prohibited from doing on Shabbos, as we learn from the Mishkan. Yochal, I think, asan kulam behelam echad eno chayiv ela achas. If he performs all 3, transgresses all 39 rather, avos malachos in one forgetful period, one helem echad, he's only chayiv once. Therefore, the pasuk tells me and says, when a person plows and he harvests, he shall desist, he shall be shoives, whereby he's going to be chayiv for each and every one separately. Maybe when it comes to plowing and harvesting, that's when a person's chayiv separately. But in regards to the rest of the 39 malachos, he's going to be chayiv once. Therefore, the Torah comes and specifies lo sevaru eish. Havara bechol haisa. We know that havara, igniting a flame on Shabbos, is one of 39 malachos. So why did the Torah then specify? V'lama yotzos lahakish ela v'loy malach, to teach us the following. Ma havara yashehi av malacha. Just as havara is one of 39 avos malachos, and is obligated on its own separately. So to every single of malacha will then be chayiv a separate korban chatos. So then, why doesn't Shmuel learn, like we just learned from Rabbi Nosson, that just like the 39 malachos, as we learned from Eila Hadvarim and Lo Sevaru Eish, teach me that you're chayiv a separate korban chatos for each and every one. So that should be the limud. Why does Shmuel have to go to Mechalel Mos Yumos? Answers the Gemara, Shmuel sover like Rabbi Yosi, because Shmuel learns like Rabbi Yosi. The Omar Havara lelav yotzos, that Rabbi Yosi says that the Lo Sevaru Eish is coming to teach me that it's chayiv only as a lav. It's not like all the other 39 malachos that carries with it kares and b'shogeg a chiyuv korban chatos. Rather, it's a separate lav b'fnei atzmoi that a person is liable for, but not like the other malachos. Ditanya havara lelav yotzes di Rabbi Yosi, Rabbi Nosson oimer lelchalik yotzes. Whereas Rabbi Nosson, like we learned above, learned that it's coming lechalik, and therefore he says chorish bekatzir tashtish boys. That's being taught for something else. That's being taught for shvis, that one is not allowed to plow or to reap on the 7th year. But in regards to the 39 malachas of Shabbos, he's chayiv for each and every one separately if he does it behelam echad. The Gemara now persists and continues to ask on Shmuel, why is he learning from Mechalel Mos Yumas? Why not learn from somewhere else? V'teipuk lei lechiluk malachos mehecha denafka lei Rabbi Yosi. Why doesn't he learn where Rabbi Yosi himself learned out chiluk malachos? Says the Gemara, Detanya, Rabbi Yosi Omer, V'osa me'achas mehein. In regards to shkagos, he used a lashon of V'osa me'achas mehein. I'll read you the pasuk in its entirety. Daber al b'nei Yisrael, speak to b'nei Yisrael. Lay more to say the following. Nefesh ki sechta b'shkaga mikol mitzvahs Hashem asher lo ta'aseno. If a nefesh does, he transgresses b'shoigig all of the mitzvahs Hashem, that he's not supposed to do, he's not to do. Ve'osa me'achas mehena. And he does me'achas mehena. Now, it could have just said ve'osa achas, and he did one of them. Why does it add ve'osa me'achas mehena? The letter mem is superfluous in the word me'achas, and the latter pasuk, the latter word rather than the pasuk says mehena is completely superfluous. So it's open for drasha, says Rabbi Yossi. The Tanya Rabbi Yossi va'osa me'achas mehena pa'amim shechayavim achas al kulam u'pa'amim shechayim al kol achas va'achas. Sometimes a person will be chayiv one for many, meaning what we call shigas Shabbos. And sometimes he'll be chayiv for each and every transgression referred to shigas malachos. The Gemara will explain as follows. Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Chanino, my time with Rabbi Yossi. What is the reason for Rabbi Yossi to say he'll be chayiv for shigas Shabbos and shigas malachos separately? Achas mei achas. Like we said, it could have just said achas, but it says mei achas. Heina mehena. The whole word mehena is superfluous. Open for the following drushers. Achas shehi heina, heina she achas. As follows. Achas is telling me Shimon. If he writes the name Shimon on Shabbos, he's chayiv a korban chatas for ksiva on Shabbos. What happens if he doesn't entirely write the name Shimon, but rather stops after the first two letters, and he writes Shin Mem? That's another name called Shem. So Mei Achas, from the name of Shimon, comes out a ksiva of Shem, and therefore is chayiv a korban chatas for that. Heina teaches me avos, the avos malachos. Meheina, from the avos, are toldos separately. Then he says achas shehi heina teaches me, what does it mean? One that is many. Zodan Shabbos shigas malachos. When a person, he knows that it's Shabbos, but he doesn't know the malachos that he's doing, he's going to be chayiv for every single and separate av malacha. Heina shi achas, many malachos that are one. What is that referring to? Shigas Shabbos v'zodan malachos, where he doesn't know that it is Shabbos. So this is the limud that indeed Rabbi Yossi has, and the Gemara is asking, why didn't Shmuel follow Rabbi Yossi's drasha? To which the Gemara answers, Shmuel achas shehi heina, veheina shi achas lo mashmalei. Because Shmuel says that achas is already teaching me, achas me achas, shem mi Shmuel. Heina me heina is already teaching me that toldos from ovois, and therefore is not open to making the drasha of shigas malachos and shigas Shabbos.